Good morning. I am home from Hawaii. We had an amazing trip. I think it gets better for me every single year. And I cannot wait to go back next year. So I am feeling refueled and refreshed and ready to take on the world. Sitting here this morning with Hannah Kate. Say hi. Say good morning.
Good morning.
You want to show them what you got from Hawaii?
Yeah.
Show them.
I got a mermaid.
She got a mermaid. So cute. All right, I got a lot of feedback the other day after that call that the Pink Power Jewels recorded from Maui. And I talked a lot about how if you want to be in Hawaii next year, what it really boils down to is being hungry for it. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about what does it look like in practice to be hungry for it, and how can you tell if you are hungry enough. And I will just go ahead and put this right out there that we're talking about earning a six-figure income, and most people work their entire careers, 30, 40 years or so, and never make that kind of money, okay? And the people who do have some things in common. And I'm not talking about just network marketing, okay? I'm talking about just six-figure earners as a whole. Hannah, be quiet. So, anyways, you're talking about taking a 30 or 40-year career and compressing it into one, okay? So no matter where you're at in your business right now, unless you're already a jewel, I mean, even Ruby, Senior Ruby, we're talking about doubling, tripling, quadrupling, or more your current income level. And if you want to do that in 1 year's time, what do you think it's going to require of you? It's going to require sacrifice, okay? So that's the biggest word you're going to have to keep in mind, and that's why it requires hunger. And you have to have a big, huge why to be able to drive you through to achieve that and make it happen. Is it attainable? Absolutely, because I did it. I went from silver to emerald in 1 year. Anybody can do that. Is it difficult? Yes, you bet. It's not easy. It's simple. The things you need to do are simple, and I outlined it on the call the other night. 2 things: be willing to learn, be willing to work, okay? And I see, for the most part, that most people struggle with one or the other, okay? But if you have both of those things, you're willing to work and you're willing to learn, then you're gonna unleash your potential, okay? I'm not okay with mediocrity. I never have been. And I've always had a desire to be better than I was yesterday, because I want to improve and grow. It's really important. And here is one question that I hear over and over from people who are truly hungry for this. And if you're not asking this question, then you're not hungry for this, okay? Here's the question that I hear. What do I need to do? Tell me what to do. What do I need to do? Are you asking that question? Because I was. And so was any of the other top earners that I know and I'm personally friends with. What do I need to do? Oh, I need to read this 10-page article on how the products work. Done. Oh, I need to go watch this training up video. Done. Oh, I need to go recruit 10 people this month. Done. Oh, I need to go get people working the business. Done. Oh, I need to go develop a vision so that I can cast it for others. Done. Oh, I need to go develop myself as a leader so that I can create other leaders. Done. Okay? So if Lori Welch, one time I remember having a conversation with her, I was a silver ambassador, and she could tell by the questions that I was asking that I really needed to work on my belief in our products. And she's like, Brittany, there's something I really need you to understand about the products. She's like, I want you to read this article. Girl, it was not no 1 or 2 page article, okay? It took me like 3 hours to read it because first of all, it was sciencey, and second of all, it was literally at least 10 pages of fine print. And so it took me 3 or 4 hours to read that article. I read it that day. If Fallon's ever told me to read a book, it's in my mailbox with Amazon Prime shipping in 2 days, okay? If they've ever said, go watch this video, like anything they said to do, go do a sip and see, go do this many events in a month, be a visible leader, like anything my leaders have told me to do, I figured it out. I did not sit there waiting for somebody to hold my hand. I mean, help is good from your leaders, yes. But guys, y'all have great leaders. There is absolutely no reason why every single one of you could not be in Hawaii or should not be in Hawaii next year. You can do it. If you want to do it quickly, it requires hunger, okay? Now, I want to tell you guys some habits that I see all successful people have in common. And I see this across the board. Again, this is not just network marketing. I actually listened to a podcast by Dave Ramsey the other day. And I don't know if you guys have ever listened to his podcast, but basically he just like lets callers call in and ask questions about money and finances and stuff, and he'll just give them advice. And this podcast in particular, it was a millionaire call. He only allowed people to call in who had a net worth of $1 million or more. And I don't mean they made $1 million in a year. I mean they were truly wealthy people. They had a net worth of $1 million or more, okay? And he would ask them questions, like just very simple questions. What's the most you've ever paid for a pair of blue jeans? How much TV do you watch in a week? Are you a reader? Like, how much money do you make? Did you have a college degree? What was your GPA? Just all these questions. And guys, their answers across the board were so very similar. It was mind-blowing. And it's not surprising, honestly, because I read a book several years ago called The Millionaire Mind, and it was basically the same thing. This author had went and interviewed, like, hundreds of millionaires, and they all had the same habits. Like, some of them made well over $100,000 a year. Some of them made like $70,000 a year. Like, it really didn't, their income level was not the key indicators of their wealth, but what was their habits. And so I want to share with you guys their answers on this Dave Ramsey call. When he asked them, how much TV do you watch? Very little TV, if any. Right? Like 1 hour a week max, if any. And then he would ask them, are you a reader? And they would say, yeah, I'm a reader. And he would say, what books have you read in the last year that have influenced you? And, they would always give some book recommendation. They would say, oh, this book has impacted me or whatever. Some of them had college degrees. Some of them didn't. If they did, across the board, their GPA was somewhere around a 3.0. B students. We're not talking about super smart people. We're talking about people with good habits, okay? So if your upline's telling you to read a book and you are secretly making fun of them or you're not taking it seriously, you're not hungry for this, okay? I'm just being straight up with you. You're not as hungry as you think you are. When we were in Hawaii, I heard Tarl and Alec both, our CEO and our president of our company, highly successful men. They're talking about every time they get in the car, they have a personal development track running, like something that's going to help them grow and improve. If they do watch a movie, it's going to be a documentary about somebody who was great that they aspire to be like. I heard Brooke Hemingway say the same thing when she spoke on stage. I hear this across the board. You will not hear diamonds say, I don't have time to read. You're not going to hear one say that. I'm just being flat out honest, okay? So you need to value your personal development. You have to learn. If you're stuck in your business and you're not where you want to be, this is your kick in the pants. You have to be willing to learn, okay? Or you have to be willing to work. Both of those two things. You can't just sit around and grow yourself all day. If you're not willing to take action on top of that, you're not going to have any movement in your business. Okay? So, Here's the question you need to be asking your successful upline. What do I need to do? And whatever it is they're telling you you need to do it. So it's really not that complex. Like, it's very simple, the things you need to do. But are you willing to do it? Are you willing to learn? And are you willing to work? That's called being coachable. All right? So I have lots more to say about this, y'all. But I'm fired up coming back from Hawaii. And I know that every single one of you have what it takes to be in Hawaii next year. But how hungry are you for it? That's what you need to ask yourself and really get honest with yourself, okay? Because that's really what it's going to take if you want to double, triple, quadruple your income over the next year's time. I don't care how long you've been in this business, that you're not exempt from these principles, okay? So take a look at your daily habits. Really analyze, am I hungry for this? Because I can tell you who on our team is hungry for it and who is not really, okay? All right. You guys have a great day. I'll see y'all on the book study tonight. Bye.